when the saints go marching in.
Vox Fidei brings you into the inner life of the Word made flesh. Father Chris guides us in the lives of the saints in Saintly series.
Welcome to Saintly series. Today, 15th of October, we celebrate Saint Theresa of Avila, Virgin and Doctor of the Church. Theresa was born in Avila, Spain, to a very wealthy family. She grew up as a magnificent, happy child. As a growing girl, one day, she ran from home with her brother, Rodrigo, seeking martyrdom in the hands of the Moors, Muslims around the Iberian Peninsula. But a relative of theirs found them and took them home to their mother. Her mother died when Theresa was 14 years of age, bringing her so much grief, stealing her joy. But she found it back in her clinging to a deeper devotion to the Virgin Mary as her spiritual mother. She also developed excessive interest in reading popular romances and taking so much time to care for her body. Her father then decided to change environment for her. He sent her to be educated in an Augustinian convent. Theresa found their life dull at first, but soon she understood the spiritual benefits. In her second year, due to illness, she had to leave the convent. Her uncle, who was close to her, Peter, continued to encourage her spiritually. She found that the surest way to salvation lay in her forsaking marriage, property, worldly pleasures completely. She held to this. At the age of 20, after reading the letters of St. Jerome, she was inspired to join the Carmelite order, regarding it as the surest way to salvation. Without her father's consent, Theresa joined the order. The Carmelite convents were a bit comfortable at that time. Discipline had become relaxed, with frequent visitors also at the convent from time to time, causing so much distraction. Even so, Theresa remained faithful amid these distractions and the weight of ill-health. Theresa kept to a contemplative lifestyle. She prayed, observed the rules and regulations of the convent, and endured the normal fast and mortification as laid down by the sisters. She began to receive gradually mystical revelations, having visions, ecstasies, levitations, and other extraordinary graces. Tradition even has it that our Lord Jesus Christ repeatedly spoke to her in conversation. This led Theresa into a period of difficulty as she was ridiculed to the extent that even her confessor considered her visions diabolic deceptions. Through 20 years of spiritual struggle, St. Theresa slowly learned detachment and perfection in following Christ. Her illness worsened to the extent that she was even thought to have been dead, but she recovered and returned to the convent. Finally, St. Peter of Alcantara, her spiritual director, and St. Francis Borgia were able to discern the workings of God's power in her life. And in the year 1561, our Lord commanded her to reform the Carmelite order. Together with her close collaborator, the priest and writer, St. John of the Cross, St. Theresa founded what is known today as the Order of the Discalced Carmelites. Discalced here meaning barefooted, symbolizing the simplicity to which they chose to return the order after a period of corruption. Saint Theresa wrote her life story in the different titles: The Way of Perfection, The Interior Castle, and Conception of the Love of God. Saint Theresa of Avila died on the 4th of October 1582 and was buried at Alba de Toma. Saint Theresa endured great trials but overcame them by all her unquenchable strength, her unconquered spirit, built by a life of prayer. Her commitment to a life of prayer teaches us that as Christians, prayer opens every door. She is the patron saint of those who suffer headaches and the patron saint of lace makers. She was canonized in 1622 by Pope Gregory XV and declared Doctor of the Church by Pope Paul VI. This was in 1970. The color of the day is white. What we offer the saints is veneration. Peace be with you. I am Father Chris, Vox Fidei.
Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in.
Vox Fidei, God is in charge.